Sometimes the justice system fails you and you just have to take it into your own hands. Perhaps that's what happened outside of a Motel 6 a day or two ago when a woman... I'm not saying it did. I'm not saying it didn't. We don't have all the facts. Woman who killed 2 Mississippi police officers was a veterinarian. The cops talked to her for 30 minutes before the shooting. We do have video here from People. That's where I'm reading from. Woman who killed 2 Mississippi police officers was a veterinarian. You see the 2 cops there. Bay St. Louis Police Sergeant Stephen Robin and Officer Brandon Estorfi called to a Motel 6. There they found Amy Anderson, a veterinarian, parked outside the motel along with her 9-year-old daughter. Authorities said the 2 officers spoke to Amy for about 30 minutes before contacting CPS. Amy then pulled out her gun and fired on the officers. The Department of Public Safety Commissioner said Amy was struck by gunfire, but it's not clear if she was hit with a round from her own gun or that of one of the officers. Amy and Sergeant Robin died at the scene, and Officer Estorfi was taken to a local hospital where he died. The commissioner said Amy's older children were not at the motel at the time and were staying with their father. We're putting together different pieces of body cam footage and trying to piece it all together so we can paint a clearer picture of what exactly happened. Bay St. Louis Mayor Mike Favre offered his deepest condolences to the family of the fallen officers. What about the family of the woman? Okay, here's the local news hit, and it appears that they have part of the 911 call at least.
News.
This might be after the shooting.
To our newsroom of the woman accused of killing 2 Bay St. Louis police officers early this morning. You're looking at Amy Anderson, a 43-year-old veterinarian from Ocean Springs.
Earl of the Gray? No, like...
She shot the officer.
It is a sad state of affairs when you cannot call emergency services in this country, because a lot of times they make things worse. It is best to not call the police unless you absolutely have to.
Officers after an argument when the officers threatened to involve Child Protective Services. It all happened while she was in a car with a 10-year-old. Anderson was also shot in the chest and killed during the incident. It may have been self-inflicted. Investigators...
No. Shot in the chest? Who shoots themselves in the chest to commit suicide? Nope. I'm not buying this. Clinically. Good evening. What have you missed? A cop was found guilty of manslaughter, but not murder. Which may prove that you sometimes need to take the law into your own hands, which might have been the case here with Amy Anderson, who shot 2 police in Mississippi. They're saying she shot herself, but apparently the gunshot was through the chest. I have not heard of people committing suicide by shooting themselves in the chest. I saw a report that said that one of the officers' guns went off accidentally. So there's a lot of fishy shit going on in this story. I want to see the body cam footage. We'll go back to the beginning.
Pictures just into our newsroom of the woman accused of killing 2 Bay St. Louis police officers early this morning. You're looking at Amy Anderson, a 43-year-old veterinarian from Ocean Springs. Investigators believe she shot the officers after an argument when the officers threatened to involve Child Protective Services. It all happened while she was in a car with a 10-year-old. Anderson was also shot in the chest and killed during the incident. It may have been self-inflicted. Investigators are waiting on an autopsy to find out who fired the fatal shot. The child in the...
And this goes back to, like, his reporting is so slanted based on they're hearing this straight from the police department. That's who they are using as an authoritative source. And in this case, the police department is suspect.
Car was not injured. Now, there's been a tremendous outpouring of support for the Bay St. Louis police officers killed in the attack.
And yeah. See the framing. The outpouring of support. These two officers may very well be in the wrong in this situation. We don't know the full story. I can't say that they are. But the reporting, the initial reporting by news sources is going to be slanted in favor of the cops. That's some fucking bullshit. Where's the outpouring of support for this veterinarian? She was a veterinarian. She's done more good in this world than those two fucking cops have. Guaranteed.
And Brandon Estorff. They were respectively 34 and 23 years old. Bill Snyder has more tonight on how the deadly incident unfolded.
Central all units, can I have anybody en route to Motel 6? Motel 6, we have in Bay St. Louis, we have 2 officers down.
See? This was the 911 audio that was released. Where's the 911 call that got the officers dispatched? That's what we want to hear. Odd that the cops will release this audio. Where's the initial call?
Officers down. A call to action that no law enforcement agencies want to hear go over the radio. But that's the chilling language they received at 4:30 this morning in the Bay.
A female heard 2 gunshots. They said one is breathing.
The 2 officers on the scene, 23-year-old Brandon Estorff and 34-year-old Stephen Robin, were told they encountered 43-year-old Amy Anderson sitting in this car with a minor female. You can see the broken glass in the driver's side passenger.
So she was just sitting in her car. Why are you there? Why are you confronting her? I thought this was America.
Passenger window. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says Anderson shot both officers from inside the car, and from there, the situation is felt over the scanner traffic.
The original call was for a guest needing a welfare concern. Bay 35 and Bay 24 went out there, and they were on the phone with CPS. And they called, the office had called us and told us that they heard 2 gunshots and 2 officers were down.
5 Central 99, get past Waveland, and any other responding agencies are out, please.
10-4.
Fellow officers from Bay St. Louis, Waveland, Diamond Head, Hancock County, and the Mississippi Highway Patrol and MBI all arrived to help their downed colleagues in blue. Officer Robin died on the scene. Estorff died from his injuries a short time later. We're told Anderson died from a gunshot wound to the chest. The incident happening quickly, the aftermath businesslike but somber. Officers collecting evidence, speaking to witnesses, and consoling their colleagues. Hotel patrons stunned, and all involved working to process a tragic morning. In Bay St. Louis, Bill Snyder, WLOX News Now.
Tonight, residents in Bay St. Louis are working to honor officers Estorff and Robin.
I ain't buying it.
Support growing with flags at half-staff, a police unit front and center at City Hall, and even a makeshift coffee stand at the crime scene to offer a little comfort to investigating officers. The coffee provided by PJ's Coffee, which is served as a...
And this coverage is sickening.
Drink coffee and create conversation. The downtown business also putting up a mourning wreath to show respect.
And let's make sure that this coffee shop gets some good press out of it.
I believe that we have a lot of...
Fuck me, everything about this is disgusting.
Other communities as well. It's just not Hancock County. The whole Gulf Coast is one. And I believe there's positivity in numbers.
My God. I am absolutely sickened by the coverage of that. The cops were treated like absolute heroes. But why is the news agency not asking the questions I'm asking? I've said it many times on this show. The cops will release The 911 audio, the body camera footage when they think it backs them up. And that's why you heard the second 911 call. Where's the first 911 call? Where's the audio of them talking to dispatch while they're talking to the woman in the car? Because that audio exists. You will hear them calling back to dispatch as they are handling the situation and talking to Amy in the car. What is she accused of? I mean, they said they went for a welfare check. Apparently the Motel 6 thought there was something odd about the woman sitting in the car at 4:30 in the a.m. with a child. It's a hotel or motel. You can't just go and sit in a car. Motels, a lot of them are non-smoking now. Maybe she's sitting out in a car. It's a chilly evening. She's smoking a cigarette. Who knows? I'm guessing there's some sort of distress in the family that she was with one of her children and the other children were with their father. Perhaps they're separated, but this is just speculation on my part. It seems almost certain that the cops probably shouldn't have been involved in the first fucking place. And I'm assuming once we get the audio and the body camera footage that those two cops did something really wrong. Now, I don't know that for sure. Perhaps when we actually see the footage, I will admit that I was wrong on that. But I got a sneaking suspicion. Have you heard the freaking news? YouTube, Facebook, and all of big tech are trying to do a cancel culture on JustinFREAKIN.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Help the channel stay alive and grow by subscribing or following, and be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the fun, even when one platform tries to shut us up.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
If you have it to spare and really want to show support, consider subbing on Twitch, becoming a patron, or a member on YouTube. You'll get access to extra delights and debauchery, and you'll have my eternal appreciation. Thank you for being a freaking follower, and have a great freaking day.